Hello and welcome to Cloudforest Vibes. My name's Bobby, and this is how I grow orchids and carnivorous plants. Hello and welcome to Cloudforest Vibes. So today's video, I have got my Neofinitia falcata that we looked at in my last update, and it is badly in need of a new upgrade on its moss. So we're going to get it out of its pot here, and we're going to put it in a new Kokedama setup. It's growing lopsided, so I need to get it upright, and I just need to get this nasty old moss off of here so these roots have a chance, because it's finally growing really nice roots all over and a couple new fans, so I do not want to lose any of that progress. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out of the pot, just wiggle it, hollow inside. In case you guys aren't aware of what a Kokedama is, it is a little mesh pot with some moss wrapped around it. You kind of sit the orchid on top of that, and then you wrap some more moss around its roots to try to help it hydrate and stay happy. But lots and lots of air gets to it because it is hollow. Very important in growing these orchids this way. So I'm going to go ahead and slide this pot out. I think I used fishing line to tie it on there, so we're just going to have to deal with that if it's an issue. But just start massaging and breaking up this old moss off of here. Yeah, there's definitely fishing line there. I'm trying to slide all that off of here. Again, I've got lots of progress on this plant. I don't want to lose any of it, so I want to be really careful with this. See, there's root tips down in here, so definitely want to be careful. That's awesome. It's coming off really good. I was so nervous. Looks like that's that. I got a couple old roots I got to get off of here. But we'll move all that to the side. And we'll take a closer look at this plant. So I've got my Neo all out of its pot. I've got a dead root right here to trim off. The other one just pulled right off. And that is it. Really pleased with that. So I can probably take that little nubbin off there as well. And yep, the little base area of this plant can get cut back to where it's floppy. Other than that, this orchid's in decently good shape. Hopefully I'm on camera here. I've got this smaller growth here. It's producing some new roots. I've got a really small growth coming off the main part of this plant here. And if I turn it around for you guys, you'll see I've got a little red nubbin pushing out from down here, which is usually a good sign that this largest of the newest growths is going to try to push. And I've got the signs of a new bloom here, so really pleased. I'm going to get this situated. I'm going to make my new basket up, and I will be back in just 1 minute to show you how I do it. So I'm back here with my basket and my moss, and for this part I just take pieces and I try to lay it over the little basket so it catches on. I try to avoid the short little pieces, and I try to get longer or bigger, more substantial pieces for this. That way it makes your life a little bit easier. It's kind of hard to come by in the zombie moss packs. You got to kind of be really gentle when you're taking stuff apart, and you will find some pieces that are longer and more suitable for doing this. But You can buy it really long. It is extremely expensive to do it that way. At least I think so. I'm not sure the cost, but I do remember being mildly outraged when I saw it. So anyhow, that's this. I'm just going to continue putting moss on and around here. I will most likely end up using some fishing line to bind it because it's just a lot easier. Might be unprofessional, so to speak, but it definitely does the trick. So, thin layer of moss covering this whole basket. Let's see if I can do it without line first. Maybe impress myself a bit, but just kind of form it on there. And that's more or less what you want, guys. Now, this is where it's kind of beneficial to find some longer pieces to kind of drape over the top. Kind of helps lock everything in. Alright. That's going to do that. I think we're going to get by without any fishing line, at least for now. I may have spoken too soon, but we will see. Anyhow, I've got another container of moss here. This one actually was a larger section I broke off the block, so this should have some pretty good long pieces in it in order to wrap the roots for our next phase. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take this plant, we're going to sit it right on top of our little mound that we built and kind of get it oriented the way that we want it. Again, I want those growths to be more upright. So that's going to be about right. This is the time where if you're going to be picky, you want to be picky because you don't want to have to come back and try to do this again later. If you don't have the plant right, don't have it the way you want it, it would be a lot easier to get it all right now while it's going on there. That goes with any plant, not just these, but when you're mounting them or when you're repotting it, it really pays to take an extra second to look at it and make sure that you have it exactly how you want it or how it wants to be. So I think that's going to do it. Now, what I'm going to do is gently massage some of these longer fibers out of this pot, and I'm going to start finding some decent ones to try to wrap around this plant. So one nice wrap of them this way. That. few more. Come in here underneath all these aerial roots. I do not want to bury those. Breaking up. It's getting where I want it. That backside look much better with a little bit more, but gotta find the right pieces. Right there is brilliant. Look at that. So we're just going to wrap the whole plant with that. Around the base a bit. Then I'm going to kind of bunch it up at the bottom. Try to start working it in the pots. Don't have to. Oh no, I just broke the hell out of that root. I'm sure you heard that. Oh, that hurts. So that is basically that. I did break a root really badly putting it in this thing, which is a shame. I'm gonna have to spend some time carefully tucking in some of these stragglers, but this is the finished product. I've got these standing a little bit more erect, I guess, in a way. I would like it to be more, but it got pulled over just a bit. Hopefully that stays there. I might have to kind of put some line on it and keep it in place for a little while, but I am relatively happy with it. It's a lot more upright than it was. So, get these last couple pieces tucked in, and we'll go take a look at this in the grow room. So we're back here in the grow room with our newly repotted Neofinitia falcata, and as you can see, it is looking a whole lot nicer. These growths are a lot more upright if I turn it, and everything is hopefully going to grow nice and happy through this season into the next season, and we'll be able to watch this plant progress instead of die like it did when I originally got it. So that's my video for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. That is how I do my Kokedamas, and how I've gotten this plant to stay healthy so far and happy so far. If you want care tips, again, I'm not the best. I am just finally getting a handle on these plants, but I would go over to Lynn Smith's channel and check her out again if you want to look on caring for Neofinitia falcatas, because she is a whole lot better at it than I am. Anyhow, this is Bobby with Cloudforest Vibes saying thank you again so much for joining. I appreciate it as always, and please stay safe, and until next time, happy growing.